Excellent. Well,
A very worthy offer.
what kind of trials are we being sent on? Out of complete curiosity.
He looks down at the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Looks back at you.
Has it got a
I
wax
open the
seal
scroll
on it?
and I stare at it.
And yeah, he turns and
And I
leaves.
When you're looking at it upside down, Cardinal just reaches over and slowly rotates your arms the right way.
Okay, cool.
Still struggling a little bit. I just sort of.
So he says, so the scroll is written in a flowing text, and it says essentially that your job is to secure an item from a particular.
Oh, I understand now. Carry on. If people haven't watched the other one, I understand now.
Is to secure an item from a particular building or personage within the city.
I hate this.
Um,
I hate this so much.
and if you are able to do that thing,
I just
then yeah, you'll move on. You have 3 days. It gives you an exact time to be back to the. It's like a midday on the third day to be back to the palace, and it gives you the rough area, the rough building, I guess, as to where the item would be.
I think I know how this is going. I haven't watched any of the other ones, but I think I know how this is going.
I've been watching the other one.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking, Quack.
What's going on?
Oh, we're gonna get murdered.
So we have 3 days to get there and back.
So it's within the city. It's within the bounds of the
Okay.
city. It's in one of the richer houses, but not one of the
I'm
ones that
gonna
is
go and
inside
see
the
our
city
friend
itself.
Barty Bart.
It's there's so essentially you have the town itself, and then you have many larger estates outside the bounds of the town, and it's in one of them, bound of the city, and it's in one of the larger estates, outside the bounds of the city.
So have parties already started leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, I assume we just.
Wait, so is everyone being sent on the same thing, or
You have no idea.
different?
Yeah, just no idea. I assume we all looked at it together. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Someone
you
read it out.
I mean, I'm assuming. I assume you
have to
could
read it to
Listen
Sophie?
to someone as they read it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Pocket scroll and might as well get to it because I'm hungover.
Is that
Let's
a
get this over and
scroll
done
in your pocket?
Yeah, I'm hungover. Let's get this over and done with.
Okay. Cool. Um,
All right.
Oh
Maybe-
my god.
I'm just
So,
sort
wow.
of like
what do you guys want to do?
patting Son on the back as we leave.
Maybe
So
before
the-
we head to the building, we get some hair of the dog in you, so you can sober up.
Basically, the whole, all the details you
Are you
have.
gonna
is
eat a
that
dog? Why did you want to eat a dog?
The
One
the
hair- one hair of
location
dog.
of the specific estate, the description of a statue, that smaller statuette, and the estate where it's located. You don't have any information about who owns the estate or how heavily it's guarded or anything like that, or size or anything like that. That's up to you guys to figure out. What would you like to do?
I own really fancy garb as part of something
Sure.
I curated at the beginning. I'm gonna switch to my fancy garb.
Okay.
Very fancy garb.
Fla-
Because we're going to a fancy place.
Flavi gets dressed in an extremely flancy.
Flan?
Fancy.
Fancy.
That's
Fancy
the
clothing.
one.
Flabby.
Oh no, it's that. I got
Flan-
literally
Flavi.
Flavi fucked me up. The word Flavi and fan. I almost said it again. I almost said
Fancy
flouncy again.
flabby. No, that is bad actually. Flouncy. Say flouncy because that's the word.
Flouncy.
See
Yeah,
flouncer.
Can we just
So-
go to like the estate?
yeah.
I
And you know where
we
it
should,
is.
We should probably like fucking kind of scope out the outside of it first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's go there and have a look.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, you guys go there. It takes you probably a couple of hours to wind your way through the town and out into the edges where the estates of the rich are. Not necessarily the noble, but the rich. Most people around this part are merchants, because most of the actual nobility and like ancestral money is within the like areas near the palace. So yeah, most people around these areas that live around these areas are really wealthy merchants. So basically, you guys come down and you see the outer wall of this estate, this particular estate. It's not amazingly like defensive. The wall and fence itself definitely seem to be in a much more stylized, I guess.
It's like decorative.
Yeah,
instead of
yeah, it's much more
functional.
decorative. 100%. So yeah, then you see that there are small bands of like patrolling guards in like groups of two. There's probably two groups of two guards walking around the outside, and one of them is probably posted up at the main gate into the once again very decorative gardens. Everything in this place is done to like an extreme. And like I said, not a lot of it looks like it's there for functionality. It's all there for
Sounds like somewhere
Fuck you,
I
I'm
live.
richer.
yeah. It's literally like the impression you get from
Extra
this.
for the point of being extra.
Yeah, the impression you get from this estate is definitely what Lane said. It's like fuck you, I'm richer than you.
Yeah.
I have prettier things.
I have prettier things and I can afford fancy gardens.
Look, a random gargoyle. Why? Just because.
Yep. What do you mean? There's this random water fountain. I can do it.
Not just one random water fountain, 3 random water fountains.
Yeah.
What was the estate that those merchants from the tavern?
I was literally about to ask the same thing.
Aeolian?
It's around.
Hello?
So the alien is a tavern. The
Severan then?
yeah their estate. They told you where their estate is. It's in this area, but it's not this one. You like
Damn.
their estate would probably be very similar to this. It's probably very much a "fuck you, I'm rich" sort of establishment.
Well, they didn't seem like "fuck you, I'm rich" people.
Yeah, one of them definitely did.
One of them did.
Yeah, one of them was the snobby one.
But yeah, so it'd be in this area. It's probably one of the estates around here, but it's not this one in particular.
Indeed. So, what's the name of this estate?
It is.
Better figure that out.
Nope.
A bit
I
of-
gotta
Alejandro
pull it up.
estate.
'Cause It's
Oh,
not in,
don't call my name. Don't call my name.
it's not in the
Thank you.
Google doc for your game.
Fernando.
It's the Steel Light Estate.
Crikey. That sounds like the Black Light District. I'm in. Look it up.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
I said Black Light District.
Okay. I will
Oh,
do
hello,
that.
Giddy. I don't know what to do.
Well, it's what
Well-
we're looking for in the estate.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does the scroll say, like specifically?
So it essentially says that You are to acquire this item, this particular item that is held within this particular estate, and return it to a person, somebody in the employ of the Empress. Holy fuck! Do I not actually
Within
have a
the
name
limit.
for her? Where the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
within the 3 days.
Yeah. To the Empress within somebody in the employ of the Empress within the 3-day limit, and have yourselves back in the main hall by midday on the 3rd day.
I don't know whether we should go about this like the disguise way of like
Oh, just like
getting
guns
in there
blazing.
by. No, as in
The opposite of
bullshittery,
that.
saying, like, claiming we live there or something.
Go guns
Or
blazing.
that we're playing a show for someone's, like, gathering
Ozone.
or something. Or just to murder people to get in. But murdering's not good in this. We don't want
No,
to
just-
kill people.
Subduing.
Yeah,
It's
too
fine.
bad.
It's different. They stay alive.
What, we're gonna stun them? Or tie them up?
I mean, I
It's the
have.
thing you do in Metal Gear, like, you pull them up into the sky
you
and then they
tie
go
them
back.
to a
Don't you
balloon.
fucking like?
You tie them to a balloon.
I saw
Yeah.
a video of
Yeah.
that. It was so funny. Like he's just airlifting everyone out. Like it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can airlift animals and they're like screaming as they get pulled up. It's so
It's so
funny.
ridiculous.
I'm so sad you
I'm-
couldn't finish that
I'm
game.
yeah.
that
I'm
you
still
bugged
I'm
out.
still really mad about Phantom Pain.
Is it still
fucking
broken? Like
I don't know,
completely
I haven't tried
broken?
I haven't tried it. I'm still really mad about
Um,
Phantom Pain. So
To be fair, the ending of that game is enough to piss anybody
What's
off.
mine?
I never got to the ending.
We never got to the end because the game.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not.
Can they try to be like, I don't know, like carolers or something, and I'll like sneak in?
Yeah, totally. That's what I
Hell,
was
what time of year is it? Are there any like festivals or anything? No.
That-
I'm talking like in the game world. Are there any festivals that happen at particular times of the year or
I mean,
anything?
look, there are a lot of different festivals because if you imagine, we're not just talking about like one.
Different
If you think about
races.
like,
It's like many cultures, right?
well,
Like,
yeah,
many
if you think about like
cultures.
us as
Are you
us as
saying we're
humans-
in the festival state?
No. I'm saying if you think about us as
No.
humans, all of our like mainstream holidays are all like Christian, right? Really, for the most part in Western culture. But like this world has, well, how many
culture.
races are there in this world? Like 5 or 6 cultures that are still like pretty heavily dominant. So like. You can pull a festival out of your ass, yeah. There's probably one being celebrated somewhere.
I don't
But
want
some
to
people-
have I mean, a festival of my ass could be interesting, but I don't think it's appropriate. In terms of service, you know. I don't know what festival we could. What season is it? What
there
season
could
is
be
it?
like each of the caretakers has their like celebration, so it could be like a celebration of one of the caretakers.
Also,
what type of people are living in the estate?
we don't.
While you guys figure out holidays, I'm gonna go to the toilet really quick.
You have not been.
I
told
think
that.
we said it was mostly rich merchants and
Rich-
probably
yeah,
people
this is-
born into riches.
Yeah, this is like a rich
that have their own
merchant
places.
district.
Well, There's a very simple thing we could try. Why don't we just offer to buy it? They're merchants.
We
I'm
don't
gonna buy
have
the
that
estate.
kind of money.
I don't think we look like we have that kind of money, or
No,
Here's an elegant
I
dress.
do right now, but no.
Yeah. I'm
Hey,
dressed in a lot of layers.
I'm like
Are you in posh garb?
nice.
You're nice.
It
You're
looks
nice.
pretty.
You're nice. That's good.
My masks are fancy. That's what I got going.
Keep forgetting you're wearing a mask.
So yeah, this is kind of
All this different.
up to you guys which direction you want to take this. This is
This is
I
different.
would
Player
really
driven.
prefer.
You guys- you guys ask me questions and I'll answer them as to what you see. And
Are there guards?
yes, so you see, so the actual layout of the estate. There's probably the main building, and then a few other like smaller buildings. I think one of them is there's probably 2 buildings that are like further away from the main estate than the others. And you'd probably know that that would probably be
The estate owner.
Well, no, it'd probably be
The
like
servants.
servants and guards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because when you said estate to me, I imagined it like a gated community, not the way you're describing it.
Uh,
No, I imagine like it's like,
A
a
giant
big
house.
rich person's
a big
property.
house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
with like a big front
Like-
lawn, like
Not even that, just like a kind of like ornate house sort of thing, right?
Yeah, with like smaller buildings around it for like the peasants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the help.
Yeah, the peasants. Yeah. Considering our group, we should probably do this either sneakily, deceitfully, because Jesus Christ, do you really want to roll against Liam again, Jake?
Is anyone else good at sneak?
okay.
I-
Well, Lane's
No.
a
Good
rogue.
at sneak, you mother. Dude, I'm good at sneak.
So I've got a +5.
I'm not just
I
the
have a
tank.
Actually, I have a +3 for stealth.
I'm the
so
tank.
probably-
How dare you?
You're not the
stuff.
I've
I
been
am
hit
the
more
tank.
than anybody else.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
you've
just
all-
because you
you've
get
all-
hit more
you've all
doesn't
got-
mean you're the tank.
You've all got like at least a +2.
Yeah.
I have mine's 5. and
I've
stuff.
got a 5 as well.
Oof. My 5's in performance.
Hey, Jake, can
Hey,
you?
buddy, me
Oh no,
too.
you're good. You fixed.
Actually, I've got a +6 in performance.
Can I what?
Oh, wait, you're fixed.
So maybe me and Nox. Is it Nox? Your character name? Or Cardinal?
Knox or Cardinal. You can say either one.
I think I've got it sorted. So me and Nox could sneak in, and you guys could perform.
We
Yeah, I was gonna say split into.
You'd have to change out of
two.
your nice clothes.
So
Abby.
wait, you
You'd
gotta
have to change out of your nice clothes.
Split the party.
they might
Well,
respect her more if she's wearing nice clothing.
No,
yeah,
but
it
like,
could be
because the
I
idea
could
is like
say
you're doing,
I'm a
you're doing it,
famous
like-
bard from like
yeah, but
up
yeah, but if they're famous, they probably like
yeah,
You'd be better off
you
like
could be
doing it
famous
like you're
from
better
another
off
part
doing
of
it
the
for like
world.
money or tips, right?
No,
Because
because I don't think we'd be let in.
Well, you could.
Or is it gated at the front, or is it like their front door?
Yeah,
Guards.
the whole thing
There's guards.
is like gated.
Do you think if we named
you could lie to get in, and then
Can you not
was gonna
speak
say-
over Sophie?
Do you think if
I
we
could do it.
name dropped the other the other merchants we talked about, do you think that saying that we
Oh yeah, I reckon.
are in their favor, do you think that would make them
or even
more
or even speak to those
clients?
merchants to get use their name to like get you through the front gate.
Get a recommendation.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's
because
what I'm
they don't know
thinking.
we're part of a guild. We kept being part of a guild from them as well, and we didn't tell them what we were doing.
Well,
But yeah,
you
but
would.
they know
leave that
they know
part
your
out.
performers, right? Yeah, they just know your performers.
Yeah, they just know it.
Just say like, get them to recommend you as performers, right?
Yeah, and say we're like, I don't know, bouncers.
And then
You're right,
we,
Garth.
we suddenly disappear and sneak in the like bathroom window.
Have you never seen a James Bond movie? It works.
Exactly.
Listen, after seeing Nut pull off the greatest fucking
No.
fluky thing at all time, it can happen.
Let's not
It
talk
can
about
happen.
that. Okay. So yeah, is that the plan you guys want to go with?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Jake just punching people until we get it.
Yeah.
And then getting
100%.
Or don't get in.
Because if we
Or
don't come
don't
up with
get
a plan,
punching people until we don't get in.
then none will just go nuts.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you know where the estate of these 3 merchants that you met on the road. You know where that is.
The question is, what do we say to them to get the recommendation?
Just
You
ask.
could say
They
like,
said they'd help.
if they're in your debt sort of thing, you could just say like, oh, we really want to
they're
meet
not.
such and such in this estate. Like, we we're admirers or some shit. Could you get us in the front gate so we can perform for them?
Yeah, fangirl it out.
Yeah, fangirl it.
Do we
And,
know
like,
who
'cause the people
owns
are
the
in
Who is
estate?
the estate?
Yeah, we
Who is-
don't know the
Well,
person.
that
who
should be
owns
In a
pretty easy
rich
to
person's
get.
area, you could probably ask passers-by, right? Like, you'd be like, oh, who lives in that estate? And they'd be like, oh, fucking Fitzmackey.
Jeffrey.
It's legit.
G, though.
My G.
I do.
Oh
Fit.
god.
I'm so white.
To be fair,
There's a lot of white in this group, and in the other group.
True.
Liam, are you a racist DM?
Oh my god.
What I
Stop this.
To be fair, in our other game, it was a running joke that Matt was Hitler. So
Uh,
It was a running joke. Well, then he was at the very least a supporter. That was a
What a
thing
great man.
we claimed. Alright, cool. So, yeah, if you guys, with a short amount of asking around, kind of presumably you find that the manor, the manor or estate that you're attempting to break into, is owned by Lord and Lady Steellight.
oh. The name of the fucking
Steellight
estate.
estate.
Dumbass.
Are they famous for anything? Do we know anything about them or what they do?
Merchants. They have ties to the university here in Talash.
Maybe you could say you want, to, I don't know, something with the
I'm not gonna
university.
suck his dick for scholarship, Jake. Like that's
Well, yeah,
not
I
what
mean,
we're doing.
That's how John would
no,
do it.
you are, because your job is to distract him. So if that's what has to happen,
but he's married.
Maybe that's how Zon would do it, but that's not how Flavie would do it.
and that's what has to happen.
Well,
So
get
be
in
it.
there, Zon. Get in there, Zon.
So be it.
I mean,
Lane's
just
been
picturing
very
we-
quiet.
I'm just picturing this all happening in character, like fucking like 5 feet away from
You
me.
have to suck
All
his
of us
dick.
arguing.
I mean,
So I was like,
I keep trying
you
to
suck
be
his
character,
fucking dick,
but
fucking Flavby. You do it.
Jesus
quiet.
Christ.
then Jen speaks. Zon is just miming feverishly.
People are throwing quarters at you.
Oh my god.
So
I'm
what do
just
you,
like
what do you
saying,
guys?
you suck his dick. Like,
So what do you
Well,
guys?
like, he's definitely not got over the alcohol.
Definitely
Yeah, it's
gonna
I'm
open
doing-
doors.
just pushing my mask harder into my face the more the conversation goes on.
Except
It's like going
all
through
the
you and like the inkiness is just spilling out
We-
where you're pushing
we
it.
waste like 2.5 days having this argument, and
Yep.
we've got like 3 hours to cobble together this time.
Isn't that how you do your uni assignments?
yeah,
though?
basically, yeah, it works, right? Like,
can we not talk about that, please?
oh,
Look, it was only due
is that
5
a bit
hours
sensitive?
ago.
Is it?
It was only due 5 hours ago. We're all right. Cool. Moving swiftly along from my terrible time management.
Alright.
What's your guys' plan? What are you gonna do? Spell it out for me. start rolling.
You could say to the merchants like, "Hey, we want to like, I don't know, perform
Meet
for the
these people.
university, and we'd like to show our shit to these people first. They recommend us to the university, so if
Actually,
you can
that's a-
recommend us."
That is
To
I
get-
think the
a good
university is
idea.
a good bet. I think that's a
Good
good
idea.
bet.
And
but
while
that
they're
would
doing
also
that,
lead to us needing to perform at the university at a later date.
well, not really. I'm pretty sure after
We
you
could-
guys perform and the
we could,
statue's gone, they're gonna be like,
I think, yeah, once the statue guy disappears, I think that
that
evaporates
depends on
any.
how sneaky you are about it. They may not
I mean,
expect it.
We
Yeah, but
can't
then we
just.
could play
Yeah,
the
they'll notice
fool and then
gone,
try and
though.
help them find it. You know? The
We don't
old
have time
razzle
for that shit.
dazzle.
We don't have time for that.
After.
Roll natural 20 on
Oh,
deception.
like, that's
Oh,
like-
we don't know what happened. So let's
That's like Game Plus Plus off, is it?
we
Like,
could also-
Yeah. It's in the DLC.
yeah, okay.
we got to get a bus to go out of town.
Alright. I like the university idea.
Let's just get a tour
Yeah.
bus.
Yeah, we'll just fuck the guild. We'll just be a roaming band. Which is
We're
always
just
been an
gonna be a
idea I've had the whole roleplay.
We just
Just
touring
ruin
around.
the campaign. Just
Something you guys can do. If you want to become a band, we'll start. I'm sure there's a hack
Let's own
somewhere.
a tavern.
can we have like rock offs instead?
I'm
Like,
sure there's
I
a
am
hack
literally
somewhere.
all for starting, like, you
Um,
know, this kind of rock
Just become a
X
really
Factor
elaborate,
experience in this
a
way.
really elaborate
anyway, we've only got a couple of days. Let's fucking.
Fun. Talk about the band
T
another time.
minus 1 hour.
Yeah, it's like
Better start this assignment. Better start the
Have
assignment.
you guys ever watched 24? Got
Yes,
the
that's
timer.
what I imagined.
It's like
Oh, shit, no,
slowly
that's Law and
counting
Order.
down. Oh god.
Alright.
Gunta is Law and Order.
Yeah,
that's
Jake
right.
was Law and Order. I was right with my countdown.
It's alright. Nah. I'm down for solving all of our issues through elaborate schemes.
So am I.
Alright,
Um,
so
So yeah, you guys
Well,
can
you-
go to the estate of the merchants you guys met on the road. If that was the first step in your plan.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, me or Jake should probably go and see if we can get into contact with any of the servants from the house, just to get some information.
Yeah, you might have to suck that dick, Knox.
Zon, please.
Zon,
what-
I like
Zon's kind of
right
fixated
fan
on this
fiction.
idea.
You're
isn't
really
he?
weird when you're hungover. Just thought I'd let you know.
Why are you
There
fascinated
is
with
no
dicks?
God now.
Here, have a Snickers.
He loves them nuts.
Oh, I
Cool.
love the nuts.
Jesus Christ.
Not
Nut milk.
sponsored.
That is.
Oh my god, did you say nut milk?
Anyway, moving swiftly forward.
Yeah, moving swiftly along from nut milk. Which part of that do we want to play out first? Do we want to play out Flavy?
Go with the femmes. Go with the femmes.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Yeah,
was
yeah.
our plan exactly? So we're gonna
I'm
go to
confused.
those nice little merchantmen we met, and then ask them if we can get some sort of recommendation to perform for these people, and then ask for a recommendation to perform at the university. Or do you want to just?
That's the
Is
plan.
that where
Yeah,
we're going?
Yes.
Yes.
You got it. Nailed it.
I think we need to tell our friends about wanting to get recommended at the university as well. So
Well,
they are,
It's like an angle,
as in,
right?
as in
Like,
the people we met before.
All right.
So
We know when they're
everyone
safe.
is believing our destination is uni
The universe.
and
Cover
not
all the alibis.
theft. Yes.
Yeah, Cardinal just points out, like, while we're going through this for the 5th time, you know, the simpler a lie is, the easier it is to remember. So just keep it simple, man.
sounds pretty simple to me.
It is simple.
Look,
Indeed,
it
it does. All right.
possibly go
Then, Flappy and I will make our way to the serve.
I like to imagine there's a really nice, like, ding ding kind of like
Severin.
old school bell we can ding at like the gate.
I mean, there's just a guard waiting, like at the gate, who
And does the guard have a bell?
he definitely doesn't have a bell.
Can I use prestigation to create a ding dong sound?
You can, yes.
I mean,
Thank you.
Jesus Christ.
The guard looks around, confused.
Ding dong, you're wrong.
Slayer.
And-
Jesus, Mage
Slayer. Yeah, every guard in this town has taken Mage Slayer. You're kind of just fucked. No, yeah, he looks around like confused, and then like turns back to face you and says, "What's your business here?"
We met with, what would I say, the owners of this estate in a tavern earlier, and they said that if we ever wanted to come by and ask for, what was it? Ask for a chance to play for them, we should come by.
Nods. Says,
What was the name of the Did they tell us their names?
I think they gave us like a surname, like a house name maybe.
Because I didn't write it down. I should have.
Did I write it down?
I don't. Liam might not have. Liam probably only said it in passing, or like said that we got it and didn't actually give us like a name.
No, I'm pretty sure I gave a name. I just don't think I wrote the name down. So this might be a
Definitely.
right
Think
on.
of a
I
new
give you
one.
a new game. Moment,
Or
a new
someone
name
watched the
moment.
VOD.
Fuck that.
6. Whatever you've got, whatever name you can allocate to the number 6, Liam. So you've got like a list of names, right?
I've got a list of guild
Well, that was
names.
for the guilds. Oh. Just give
So,
them a guild
let's, so
name,
okay,
that'll
we
be
can
fine.
we can call them the what's six? What's 6?
How many of them were? How many of them were there? Were
It's
they
like
all
20,
male?
I
There were
think.
3 of
Okay.
16.
There was like 4.
There is 16, and 6 is the virtuous butchers.
The virtuous butcher brothers.
That
That's what they
sounds
are.
like a gay.
Wrong.
Like,
The virtuous butcher brothers.
No. Let me just grab like a fucking fantasy name.
Their tagline is they pound their meat.
They pound their meat day in, day out.
Come on,
Until it-
boys.
sign me up.
Until it flakes.
Oh, oh no.
Oh, that's not.
Throwback. Throwback.
So the surname they gave you is like Varro.
How do I spell that?
VARO.
VAR.
There's a lot of 3-letter names in this.
Barrow.
Very common.
It's 4 letter.
Definitely 4 letters.
Oh, I thought he said VAR.
Yeah, but he like meant the spelling of the how to spell the word. He just
Barrow.
Can we stop?
rather than
Right.
the whole word.
Yes.
What have I
Anyway.
done?
I don't know.
Oreo.
Okay.
Yes.
Oreo.
Freedom from the Varro house.
No, it says the masters of the
my
estate
name-
are
My
still
name is
on.
Mog, and this is Flabby.
No, it's the
I-
masters
I
of the
tip
estate
my head.
are still on business. They'll return later today. If you wish to speak with them, you'll come back later.
How later? Exactly.
He looks.
Do you have a
Confused.
time slot?
He gazes at the sun.
He looks at his like his portable sundial on his wrist.
Oh my god, no, that doesn't work.
No, he looks.
He's actually standing in the perfect spot for it.
Yeah. There's actually you look down. There's like an X on the floor, and no, he says
Like an arrow.
with
the
an
way it's
arrow.
gonna
Yeah,
face.
which direction he has to face. He's actually his back is facing. It's really weird. No, so he says they'll return in the evening.
What time is it now? Out of character.
Midday.
Okay. Alright.
That's fair. We would probably want to do the whole infiltration thing later in the evening anyway, wouldn't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Under the cover of night.
Under the cover of dark.
Sure.
I mean, evening time is when you'd play music to posh people
Yeah.
while they eat, whatever.
True.
So
So Zon and Cardinal, what are you two doing?
We're at the estate. Oh, outside the estate, I imagine, getting all the angles we can.
Yeah.
Looking for possible walking up wall situations.
Yeah,
Can't
in
do
case
that yet,
everything
but-
goes to shit.
I'd
Yeah.
say.
I can't do that, but I can double my jump height.
Yep.
Wait, you can't climb a rope?
No.
Do you have
when
a
he-
rope
when he,
in a window ready
when
to
he
go?
gets when he
Rope
gets a
grappling
little
hook?
bit higher level, he can just literally run up walls because monks are dumb.
I
Oh,
can
fair
currently I can just double my jump height at the moment though. So,
No, it's fine.
And I also
and I'm
For
a straight up
any
bowler, so
servants-
my jump height's already like 1.5 meters.
For people going in and out of the
I've
estate a
been
lot.
jumping.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like servants and like people being sent out on like tasks,
errands and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
Was the word I was looking for but could not think of.
Like I imagine I can just when you do a high jump and you kind of lay and you land on the mat. I'm pretty sure I can just do that over whatever wall they've got.
Yeah, cool. Let me actually see what like a normal jump height is in this game, and then we can.
2 feet.
So I mentioned I'm 8 feet tall.
You definitely
Are you
not.
really tall?
That is
Um,
disgusting.
Falling, suffocating, jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump.
Oh no.
So high
That's
jump.
how far, not
I mean,
how high.
I'd be
No,
the better
there's-
jumper
There's,
here.
there's both. There's both. There's long jump and high jump. High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing jump, you can only make half that distance. And yeah. So
What's your strength bonus, Jake?
yeah,
Can I just switch that to dexterity instead?
nope.
No.
Are you
No,
sure?
but you have to roll.
Pretty
You have to
simple.
roll parkour to do dex.
Can I roll for parkour?
Nah. Pretty
Like, is there
certain-
like are the estates close enough that I can kind of like leap between walls?
There's definitely
I
no
mean-
wall jumping involved. But
If he wanted to do something dramatic per se, could he use athletics instead?
Yeah, if I wanted to like running. Okay, so hang on. If I want, you know, when you like run and jump and kind of like grab onto the top of a wall and pull yourself up.
Cool. So you mean when you jump, exactly as it describes in this book?
No. Completely
Okay.
different.
Let me read to you the exact description they have here. When you make a high jump, you
Please
leap
don't.
into the air. Number
Please
feet equal to
don't.
3 plus
Please
your
don't.
strength modifier. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump, you can extend your arms your height above yourself during the jump. Thus, you can reach above you a distance equal to the height of the jump plus 1.5 times your height.
Huh.
And I'm 7 feet tall. So
Are you
seven?
really that fucking tall?
no, I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay, that is absolutely disgusting.
This is like the
I don't
first
know.
character.
What's
We're gonna
a
look real
Talon's
weird
height? What's a
standing.
Talon's like average height?
That's in the Google Doc.
It's kind of like my height, I think, like my IRL height.
It is roughly 6 foot. Yeah, it's an
So,
average
yeah.
height.
So what? I can reach. How high is it if I run?
3 plus your strength mod. Obviously doubled
So-
because of your.
So 9 foot. So I can reach 18 foot.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Into the sky.
I mean, I'll take it. That's fine. Like, I'll take 18 feet.
I'm a
That's
rocket
fine.
Man. Rocket Man.
Wait, wait. What's your strength
Are
mod?
you sure you've read that right, Liam?
What's your strength mod?
0. But what? So you said if I get a running start, I get 3 plus my
Three.
strength mod.
Plus your strength
3
mod.
plus my
So 3,
I feel like
right? So you can jump 3 high, and then your
So
thing.
that's your jump
and then
height.
that's your-
and
that's
then
your
you'll
jump.
I can
reach
jump.
above
I can
that.
jump
Right.
3 high in real life. This is stupid.
Yeah, plus double that because you're a monk.
I play games to like, get out of real life. I can jump 3
double
in real
that
life.
because you're a monk, so you can jump 6.
It's literally like
Mario
a
Mario can
simulation.
double jump forever.
Nah, I prefer 18.
Fuck! I regret bringing up walls.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm like, how high is this wall though? Hey.
I mean, the outer wall of
Too
the
high.
So
All of this conversation is
so
good
Jake,
for nothing.
if you remember my description of the outer wall
No, I
of
don't.
this,
I
this
don't.
estate,
Don't.
it is decorative and not functional. So,
So it's like
you know,
2
it
feet
has
high.
it has a lot of very nice,
Just
lovely
probably got
hand and
holes in
footholds.
So it's
that
like cattle.
you can-
Like it's like
can
the
just fucking
holding
climb
cattle. Okay, I'll do that then. That's all. Anyway, no, because we're looking. Okay, we're looking at windows and shit. Like, what are window wise?
Yeah, I mean, there's
Oh,
windows
the
on the
house.
first floor that you can get in.
Okay, cool, perfect, done. I'll jump through them just for style.
The glass
Oh,
shatters
this
and
is
the guards are drawn to your
loud.
location.
Yeah.
You know, in PUBG, when you vault through a window, that happens.
It just shatters the window.
And
Yeah.
everybody on the map turns to look at you. Like, okay, cool.
Well, it could be
So yeah,
worse.
what are you two doing?
While he's examining window sizes, I'm gonna try and talk to servants who are coming
Okay,
and going.
sure. All right. So yeah, you see like a probably like a group of I think handmaidens is the wrong term because I think it's only handmaidens if you're a queen, but like that role in a noble
Paid for friends.
Yeah, paid for friends. Paid for friends who do odd jobs for you.
Yeah.
And there's probably 2 of them together, and they walk out of the estate and start walking in the direction of the town, the city, like the city markets, which are on like this side of the city.
I time it so I awkwardly bump into them.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you bump into them, and I think they're like, let me see how coordinated the one you bump into is.
Oh
Don't-
god.
Oh, you
Gonna
killed
knock
her.
him out. You're gonna kill her, yeah.
Okay. So now you
She
knock her. and
dies
she, like,
on impact.
she-
She was
she
also
stumbles.
8 weeks pregnant
she,
with Beth
she
from
stumbles and
going
like
near the state.
manages to like keep her balance. Doesn't drop her like little basket that she's carrying or anything like that.
Oh, bless.
And then like
Apologies.
yeah, she like lifts herself up and like dusts herself off, and says, "No, it's okay, sir." You can, like goes to like turn to continue walking in the direction she's going.
Excuse me, miss. I have a few questions for you if you have the time. I can walk with you.
She it turns around and can you roll charisma for me, Cardinal?
Of course.
She's gonna break out the rape whistle.
Just quick charisma. What did I do?
Oh hey. That
Okay.
is-
So she looks like slightly concerned, but like you're in a nice enough town. You're in a nice enough part of the like, city, I guess. I guess it's all probably part of the city. You're in like a nice enough part of the city where like if you actually are like trying to rob her, a guard isn't too far off. So she says, "Okay, I need to go to the market, but if you'll walk with me, then."
Of course.
Starts wandering in that direction.
Ah, yes. So is there much work in the city?
She like looks you up and down. Do you have any like weapons visible at all?
No.
Okay.
What kind of work is she? Anyway.
She says, well, that depends on what type of work you're looking for. I hear the
Winks.
Empress is recruiting.
Who's recruiting? I could not hear you over giggles.
She says, the Empress.
Ah, interesting. That's a little too lofty for someone of my position. What about any lords or ladies hiring? Perhaps servant work?
She looks you up and down again and says, I only really know of affairs in my own estate, and we're well staffed at the moment.
Oh, it's quite a shame. But your estate, is it a nice place? Big, roomy, tight corridors?
she
Windows unlocked, like any
Back doors, you know.
Says,
back doors, keys under doormats.
They treat us well.
Ah, wonderful. I'll keep my eye open to see if any position ever opens up, but I do have friends who might be stopping by, so we were just wondering what proper etiquette, dress code, things might be if we do go to the house. Yeah?
She she keeps walking. She says, well, any guests of the Lord and Lady would have to be dressed appropriately and appropriately, well, clean. She once again she looks you up and down. It's
I am clean.
She nods. Yes.
Can shadow people eat
He's
shit?
made of fucking dark matter. Like
To be fair,
He'd be dirty.
Like, can
His
you get
robes
dirty
can
when you're
be.
made of smoke?
yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, there's nothing that would say
What
I'm a
do you
shadow
smell like?
person.
All good questions.
Yeah, unless you're leaking from anywhere, but
It's kind of assumed. This happens a lot. Arvin can get a bad rep sometimes because any person, because the Arvin can almost take any sort of stature, it's almost assumed that anyone who is clothed quite fully is an Aravan. And yeah, they can get a bad rep in some places where, obviously thieves and other such people also dress quite heavily.
Especially when you look into their eyes and you just see black holes gazing back at you.
That's the real giveaway, right? Between an Aravan and somebody who's dressing up to impersonate one.
Interesting, lady. Well, I do have one more question before I let you go about your business. See, one of my friends he's a very big braggart. He likes to start problems sometimes. Should we leave the weapon that he carries? Or should we just get rid of it? Or should we just get rid of him? He's kind of an asshole. So I was just wondering what we should do about him.
She laughs. Says, well, the Lord and Lady have a extensive force of guards kept on premises. Plus, they have the services of adventurers, vagabonds.
That's quite interesting. Are the vagabonds hiring?
She shrugs. She says, many of the wealthy in the city acquire patronage of bands of people
Assholes!
to go about their business.
Oh, that's very kind of them to support street rats. So,
Keep rubbing it in, Lane! Keep rubbing it in!
10 charisma.
listen, this accent isn't going to hold up if I start laughing. So, all right. Well, thank you for the information. But if you think of anything else that about the estate, you should let me know. Could be a gold in it for you.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Of course I can. That doesn't mean I'm going to do well on it, but I can try.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
I've got
'Cause you
really
would
good
have
persuasion as well.
Oh, you rolled it anyway, but you rolled 23, so that's cool.
I see.
She
I was about to
says,
say, we don't have proficiency. That is upsetting.
she says, okay, so she says, well, you didn't hear it from me, but the Lord just came into possession of a new artifact, if you will. It's, she pauses. A statue of some sort. I haven't seen it. He keeps it well put away within the family vault. It's meant to be
Of course it's in the vault.
expensive, though. Worth a lot of money. I'd love to see it one day. Apparently it's beautiful.
Isn't it odd for a family not to have it up on display? If it was something so exquisite.
She nods. She says, he takes it out when important guests come round to display it, along with other artifacts he's found.
Interesting. That's fascinating. And this family jewels. The word you said, treasure. God damn it, treasure room. I assume this is well guarded and locked behind many walls and doors.
She nods. It is, yeah.
Hopefully, well, maybe one day you'll see it. You should always check for keys under the doormats, yeah? If you want to have
She
a look.
laughs.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, thank you, madame. You have been most kind and wise. Also, sorry for almost taking you out. And I pat her on the back and I walk away.
Okay, yeah. Alright, sweet. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before evening? And the plan. Well, Flavie and Mock get to ask their friend for a recommendation.
Can't think of
Cool.
anything.
So yeah, you two return to the estate of your friend, and are let through by the guard into a once again a very like ornate, fuck you I'm rich type like entryway, foyer I think is the term, right? That's the
Foyer, yeah.
foyer, whatever. And then you have a look. You have a look around. It's the statues and like it's just extravagant displays of wealth. Did you tell the merchants that you had met your like real names?
We did.
Okay. That was you did, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So you hear from like the top, from like the stairway going up to the second floor, and you hear from the top. You hear Flavie, Mark, welcome. It's so lovely to see you here. And you see the Talene who you were speaking to, like walk up to the railing. There's a better word for that.
Banister.
There you go. And like slowly walk down the stairs towards you. Says, welcome to my home. I didn't expect you so soon. We'd only just arrived back ourselves.
Oh, yes. We came earlier, but you weren't here.
You know, it's
We
I
actually
was
have
told.
a request, a small request for you. If it's
Yeah,
not
like-
too much trouble.
He gestures. Anything.
Well, you see, you know the and what's the sorry, out of character. What's the university called?
The university is called the Talash. Like the Talash University. It's just the name of the city.
Talash. We heard some good things about the city. One being that it has a rather extravagant university that we would love to perform at. But the thing is, we don't know how we would get to that point. So we thought maybe there would be some way that we could impress the owners of the university so that we could have a chance to perform there ourselves. You know, get a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Exposure.
Exposure. That's
I nod
there.
in agreement with what you're saying.
He laughs and like gestures to you both. He says, the two of you waste your talents at the university where they play with witchcraft and magic and things better left untouched. No. You'd be much better playing at the Aeolian. People would actually appreciate your talent there.
I perk up and I say we hope to inspire the students to pursue the arts.
He laughs. That you will not be able to do, I'm afraid. There is a
Oh,
long-standing disagreement between the students and the arts. They have their heads in things that should not be meddled with. Whereas we, children and students of the arts, are more cultured. We know better what to do with our time, how to spend our time.
so it's just one minute.
Out of character, I really love
Yours.
hardship.
Alright.
The two casters that are also the two bards. He hates us, but he doesn't know it.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, so yeah, I guess he doesn't know where
No, he just knows that we play instruments.
playing.
Like a bard to a normal person is someone that plays instruments and travels, basically. Not someone that casts magic.
A real bard.
Yeah.
Yeah, a minstrel, one might say. Alright.
Yes.
I don't know what to say to him.
Neither.
So he just said his whole like snobby thing.
He
To
did
us.
his little snobby rant. He did.
I say you. What am I saying? I just like my brain. Just. You never know unless you try.
Yeah, don't you think we're charming enough to inspire someone?
I smile.
I get a persuasion roll from one of you two.
Sure. Shall we both do it and see who's best?
If one of you can roll first, and that'll be to give the other person a +2. Yeah,
Oof.
no plus
Oof.
for Flavie. So
That's so bad for me as well. That's like so bad.
he
I
shakes
have
his
a full
head
persuasion as
and
well.
says, "Trust me, darlings. The Aeolian is much better for people of our sort. People who don't mess with things better left untouched."
We'll work our way up.
He smiles and says,
Did I get message? No, I didn't. Alright.
"From the performance I saw of you the other night, there is no working required. The Aeolian and its many talented audience members they'll love you."
In jest, I say, would the students not love us?
He shrugs. "They would not appreciate you."
But do we need to be validated by them?
Shrugs. Says, would you not rather play in a place where your talents are appreciated? Where your art is known for that which it is?
I shrug and I say I'd rather play to everyone, regardless. With a smile.
Trying to give to the world, you see. Want everyone to have a taste. Don't you think everyone should have a chance?
Says, I don't think it's a matter of whether everyone should have a chance. Why would you waste your gifts on people who would not appreciate them for what they are?
I pause him and I say I come from a long family of people who do not appreciate the arts. And if I could play for them now, I would.
They did not appreciate it then, they will not appreciate it now.
People change. I'm proof of that.
Shakes his head. I doubt I will ever convince you otherwise. But, if I am to help in these matters, you have to promise to come visit the Aeolian and play for people who actually appreciate your music. You'll be laughed out of the university, I'm sure of it.
Of course, without a doubt. We have every intention to go to the Aeolian. Believe me.
Fine.
There's just, feel it's our duty to inspire these drab people with a more poetic taste of the life they're missing out on.
And he looks you up and down with a sly grin. He says, well, I'm sure after performing to those who do not appreciate it, you will be in the mood for performing for those who do. It'll make you appreciate it more, I assume. Fine.
It will make it just more sweeter.
Did you have an idea as to how to go about your goals?
Well, yes, like I said, we were made aware of the people who own the university, or is it their...
Yeah, they either own it or they're like sponsors, if you will, like how someone would sponsor a... Yeah.
The Steel Lights, I believe their name is.
He nods slowly. Ah, Lord and Lady Steellight. Now there is a couple who can appreciate the arts. They'll be a willing audience, I can assure you of that. And
Perfect.
with a word from yours truly, I can get you through the gates.
That'll be wonderful.
He smiles. On a singular condition.
Yes.
A
That
show for him first? Question mark.
I be allowed to attend the performance. I would
That we
hate
give to
to
these
miss
Steellight.
out on another one of your works of art.
I don't see why not.
Nods and smiles and says, "Fine. I will organize a meeting. How about in..." Looks up thinking. "There is a festival in 5 days' time. I can organize for you to play then."
Knew it.
Oof.
We say we travel a lot. Quicker, the better. We can't
Yes.
waste time.
Nods, he says, "'Tis a shame. The moment of gravitas will be wasted, but I could attempt to organize something quicker. Maybe tomorrow?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow evening."
would work wonderfully.
He smiles. "You know where the Steellight estate is?"
We can work. I'm sure if you give us directions, we might be able to figure that out.
Smiles. He says, "I will have a..." What would he say? He said, I'll have someone show you there tonight. Do you have lodgings? A place to stay?"
Oh my god, is he going to invite us to stay in his big schmancy house?
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to stay there, but we should refuse anyway. We should refuse.
We do. You don't have to worry about us.
He smiles. "A pity. Nonetheless, I shall see you tomorrow. There's a time. Just at dusk.
Like
At the
sundown.
Steellight
Yeah.
estate.